Hello everybody. I want to welcome you all to the course and take just a couple minutes to walk you through how to navigate it. Hopefully this will make things a little bit easier for you as you go through the course. If you look here, the first thing you're going to see are these links at the top. The first one says content. Now that's where you're going to find most of the stuff you're going to use in the course. This is where you're going to find your readings and your videos and your assignments and your exams and all that kind of stuff that you're going to need to work through as you progress through the course. The calendar we really won't use much, so you can kind of ignore it. Announcements. This is where when I post an announcement to the class, and usually I try to post at least one a week, sometimes more than that. That's where you'll find those. Those will also be emailed to you directly to your email account. Discussions. You can get to your discussion boards through this link as well, but I'll show you an easier way to do it as we go through and look at the content section. Gradebook is an important link for you. It's where you'll find your grades. Messages, you can go here and leave a message for me or for the group. The preferred way to contact me is through email. It's just simpler. I check my email quite a bit, but you can message me through this as well. And we won't really use the groups tab in this class, so you can kind of ignore it as well. If you come over here to the left side, you're going to see your instructor. That's me, Walter Smith. One place of kind of importance to us is this Blackboard Class Collaborate section. If you need to contact me to have a one-on-one session, and this is voluntary, or as we'll see when we talk about the syllabus, it can be because you've missed some assignments. This is where you'll go to meet with me if we're going to meet online. You can come into my office during my office hours, or we can schedule an appointment. But if you want to meet through Blackboard, you'll come here, click Join Session, click Course Room, and it'll take you directly into Blackboard Collaborate, where we can actually have a one-on-one or group meeting. The first link under Course Contact you're going to see is the Blackboard Navigation video. That's where this video is housed, and another video that's created by HCTC. Now the HCTC video kind of is a generic video that shows you how to navigate Blackboard courses in general. This is a more specific tutorial, kind of showing you how we do this particular class. The first thing you really have to worry about after that is the big projects. These are projects that are due at some point throughout the semester, but you should be working on as you progress. So we click on that, and we see there's two of them due in this semester. The research paper is due during the first exam, and the personal code of ethics is due during the second. When you click on either one of these links, what you're going to see open up, you can go ahead and start the attempt. I know it says one attempt left, but the way this is set up, you don't actually count that attempt until you submit something. So you can go in here and look at the directions, and it won't cause you any problems. And it'll tell you everything you need to know about whatever assignment it is. In this one, the first thing it does is let you know that we do use SafeAssign for our research paper, which is basically a program that allows me to check and see if maybe there's some plagiarism on the part of the student who turned in some work. So it basically matches how close a match word for word your assignment is to something that's already out there on the internet. So if you copy and paste directly from a website, this has a good chance of catching that. Now there's going to be some score, there's going to be some overlap simply because of the English language, and because, for instance, the references page, the citations, if they're in APA format, are going to be identical to other APA citations in other papers. So we expect to see some type of overlap, some type of a percentage score. Anything above 30 doesn't mean that you're cheating. It doesn't mean I'm going to go, oh my goodness, you have plagiarized. It just tells me I need to look a little bit closer. So make sure you're putting things in your own words, and you're not just copying and pasting from a book or a website or any other source. Each student is to select a topic related to ethics within the criminal justice system to complete a 2 to 3 page paper, and then there's more detailed instructions about how it should be formatted. There's some examples here of some things that you could do your paper on. You don't have to do it on one of these subjects, but sometimes I get students ask, can you give me some examples of what I might want to think about? And these are just some examples that you can kind of go on and get an idea of how to formulate your paper topic. This is the exact same thing you see up here, but it's in Word format. Here is your grading rubric. Okay, so 50% of your grade on this particular assignment is the quality of your academic sources. And that's because a research paper is about presenting what you found in your academic research. So if your sources aren't valid, then your findings aren't going to be valid because it's not based on your personal experience. It's not based on anecdotal evidence. It's based on what academic research you've done. And if that academic research isn't correct, then your paper might not be correct. Here are a couple of reasons why these papers are important. Because sometimes students wonder, well, why am I doing this? What's the point? And whenever I do an assignment in this class, you'll see reasons, at least one reason why that particular assignment is important to your academic and career goals. Why are we doing it? Why is it not just busy work? Because sometimes it can feel some of these things like busy work, but this gives you a realistic reason for why you're doing the work that you're doing. Here is a link to your free copy of Microsoft Office. As a student at HCTC, every student has available to them a free copy of Microsoft Office. I suggest you watch these videos as you go through and begin your research paper. This one just is a short video, tells you what a research paper is. So it explains exactly what I'm looking for when I say we're doing a research paper. This one gives you information about how to find academic sources, what are academic sources, and where to go. Information on plagiarism if you have any questions about that. Information about the use of ChatGTP or other AI software in our criminal justice classroom. And then a very short video about how to set up a paper in APA format. And then this video is by our HCTC library. Just provide you a little bit more information on how to find academic sources for your paper. Personal Code of Ethics. We open that one. Again, the same thing. It says 1 attempt left, but that attempt does not start until you submit something. So you can look at the instructions as many times as you want. Basically, you're going to create your own code of ethics at the end of the class, which is a code of ethics you set for yourself. People are more inclined to adhere to a code of ethics that they set for themselves. It's a pretty straightforward assignment. It's done in PowerPoint or Google Slides. And I tell you what each slide should be. So slide 1 should just be the title of the slide presentation and your name. Slide 2, who am I? Create a list of traits you believe make up your core person. So if you go through all these steps at the end, you're going to have your personal code of ethics, and that's what you would submit. There's no need for a video. There's no need. You can do it if you want to. I would enjoy seeing a video, but it's not required. All you have to do is submit the 6 slides. And then here's your grading rubric, and again, why it's important. Now we'll go to the Start Here module. When you click that, you're going to see some information generally about the course, and this is where the class actually starts. So if you look here, Module 1, Start Here, it's got the dates 9/16, which is the first day of class, through 9/22, which is the first Sunday of the class. Our classes always run from Monday to Sundays. You got your course information. We click on that. We got some information about the course, what it's going to cover, and why this particular information in this module matters. Instructor information. This is just information about me, who I am, how to contact me, what's my email address, what's my phone number. A small welcome video, which just tells you a little bit more about your instructor in case you want to know a little bit more about me. And, of course, my office hours. And then meeting options, how we can meet. We can meet, of course, through Blackboard, Collaborate. We already talked about that. In person, that's my office room number and campus, my phone number. Some information about what's expected of me in the course, my role, how I plan to communicate, what your expected response time should be, which is usually 24 hours, Monday through Friday. Might take a little longer on the weekend, or there might be times when I might be at conference or something like that. But for the most part, you should get a response to your communications if they're emailed to me within 24 hours. That time period can be delayed if you use the messaging system or some other way of contacting me, because the easiest way is really through email. I check it constantly. Go down. Here's your syllabus, and we'll go over that here in a bit. Course schedule. You can see this exact same course schedule in your syllabus. And this just basically tells you what we're going to be talking about and when. So the first week, the 16th through the 22nd, that's the start here we just talked about. Then we're going to go to Introduction to Criminal Justice and Search for Virtue and so on. And over here are the readings associated with those particular modules. Grading policy. If you come in here, you're going to find information about how your grade is calculated. We're based on a 1,000-point system. And your grade breakdown. What assignments are due in the course and how much each assignment is worth for a total of 1,000 points. Here's some detailed assignment directions. This gives you more detailed directions on each of the assignments you're going to do. So here's some information on the exams, along with a grading rubric and why it's important again. Notes assignment, we'll talk more about that in the video that's embedded in the notes assignment submission area. Discussion boards, how to do those, how you're going to be graded on those, and why they're important. Research paper, the same thing. So just more detailed information about what's required. Here's some information general on Blackboard. If you're having trouble navigating or doing something in Blackboard, you may be able to find some help in there. If not, you can always email me. I'm not the most technical savvy person, but we'll get you the help that you need through our IT department if that's necessary. Accessibility services. If you have some type of disability or need some type of services through Accessibility Office, information and contact about that is in here as well. Netiquette, information about how to be respectful in an online environment. The 10 essential skills, we'll talk more about that as the class goes on. If you have some problems with the technology and need some help, here's some contact information you can use to get that help beyond just contacting me. Again, I'll help with everything that I can, but there are people who know a lot more about this than I do. Here's some how-to guides if you're a self-help kind of person and you just want to look at the guide and figure out how to do it on your own. College resources, things we have at the college that are available to you as a student that can help you be successful in your courses. Dual credit information. This is only applicable to you if you are a dual credit student, or in other words, a high school student getting credit at both the high school and college level. Syllabus quiz. This is the no-show assignment for this class, so you have to have this assignment completed by end of day Sunday in order to be considered active in the course. And then our week 1 discussion board. And if you click on that, you're going to see it just asks you to take a few minutes, kind of introduce yourself and tell us about yourself. Most modules are going to look like Module 2 going forward. And that's where when you first open it up, you're going to see a module overview. And this is in every module except the exam modules, where I tell you what we're going to be covering in that module, what we're going to be talking about essentially for that week, why talking about this matters, why is this content important to you professionally, personally, which of the competencies are we going to be working on in this week, and what activities are required of you to complete by the end of the week. In this particular module, you got to read Chapter 1, watch the Module 2 video, Module 2 quiz, and Module 2 discussion board. Here you'll see a link to Chapter 1. If you click on that, you can read it here, or you can always click this download link, and that'll download it for you. Here are the PowerPoints that go along with that week's chapter and video. In here you'll find the module video for that week. The notes assignment, click on that, and what you're going to see again, we can go ahead and start the attempt because we're not going to submit anything, so it won't count as our attempt. In lieu of doing quizzes, which is what I've done in the past, I thought it might be more helpful to students and prepare you better to actually submit notes on what we talked about in class that week. So you will either pick the video or the chapter or the reading. You don't have to do both. You pick one or the other, and you'll create notes based on that. And the note system that we've got is this Cornell note system. So you'll download these notes, fill them out. You can scan them. If you have a scanner, you can take a picture of them with your phone, however you want to do it, once the notes are filled out, and then that's what you're going to submit down here as an attachment for a grade. Here, going back up, we've got information about how to fill out these Cornell notes, why this assignment is important, why this is better than a quiz, and some information about how you're going to be graded based on what you submit. And then your Module 2 discussion board. And here you're asked a simple question: how does personal bias impact ethical decision making within the criminal justice system? Provide examples of how bias can affect policing and court proceedings. Your reply should be 2 paragraphs long, and each paragraph should be about 3 to 5 sentences. You also have to respond to 2 other students' posts. All that's due by Sunday. And that's pretty much the way every other module goes except your exam module. So let's look at an exam module. If we open our exam module, the first thing you're going to see for exam 1 is your class survey. This is a survey that just gives me a little bit of information about your experience in the course. Now, it will have your responses will have no bearing on your grade or your academic standing. It's just information to help me make this a better course for you. I want to improve the student's experience constantly in this course, and this is the information that allows me to do that. You got your exam 1, and your research paper is due. And if you open the research paper one, it's just basically going to tell you that you can submit your research paper in the big projects area we already talked about. And the information and instructions are also available there. That's pretty much how to navigate this course. If you have any questions as you start going through it, please feel free to contact me, and I'll be happy to work with you to get you where you need to be. Have a great day.